Hey y'all, it's Katie and welcome back to KateMas. Today I'm going to be doing a full face of first impressions from Milani Cosmetics, sort of. And I say sort of just because they sent me a ton of stuff, which I'm super grateful for, and I cannot wait to dive in, but it's not enough for like a complete full face. So hence why you see me halfway already done. But yeah, they sent me a bunch of stuff in PR. Let's see, I have a brush roll that we're going to use hopefully all the brushes from. They sent me a bunch of their Stay Put eyeliners in a variety of colors, so we'll see which one I can use today with the look that I put together. They sent me the Milani, the Violet One eyeshadow mascara primer, which I'm super excited to try out. They sent me a ton of palettes, which we'll go over that in a second. And then they also sent me a bunch of lipsticks here. So I figured we can at least do eye makeup, we'll do lipstick, we'll test out the brushes. Oh, and they also sent me the Milani Intense Bronze Glow Face and Body Liquid Bronzer, and then the Milani Intense Bronze Glow Face and Body Powder Bronzer. Neither of these are things that I will use though, so I'm not going to touch them and ruin them for the sake of this video and then never touch them again. So that will be going probably in a future giveaway or just given to someone who can use them. But yeah, I just need to get ready to go. The kids and I are going to run around and do some errands this morning, so I figured we could sit down and do our makeup together before I get going, and we can test out all of these products together on camera. So let's go ahead and zoom in. We'll go over the palettes and the brushes and stuff like that, and then we'll get started doing my makeup. Oh, before we do dive in though, if you're not aware, I have a giveaway going on for the whole month, kind of celebrating KateMas, but just celebrating the end of the year, December, and all that jazz. So I will leave that video linked up here if you want to go check it out and see how to enter. You can watch that video to see what the prizes are. There's 3 winners, open international. I know you guys are probably getting sick of it, but yeah, check that video out if you are interested. So now, let's zoom in and get going. Okay, so before we dive in, I do want to go over the brushes because this is a brush roll. I want to say it's an expensive little brush roll, like $60 or $70. It's their Luxe Brush Set. So I'm going to try to use all the brushes today, but since I already did some on my face, I have already used some of these brushes. They're very pretty, like, look at that. Very, very pretty. So I figured before we dive in, I would go over the ones that I have tried just to give you guys, you know, a little bit of a mini review. This one's the 560 Large Powder Brush. I didn't like it. Oh, I should hold on this side. I didn't like it. I'm someone who prefers to stamp my powder on my face with that type of brush, or even this type of brush is very like light and has a good angle to it, so I can just like press it in like that, my setting powder. And this was very pointed, so I felt like I was just kind of like slapping my face trying to set it in. It's very soft and whatnot, but just not my preference, so I wasn't crazy about this. Oh, I forgot, I should have started with this one because this is the first brush I used, the 556 foundation brush. It was nice. It was a foundation brush. It went on and applied my foundation. I'm someone who likes to swipe to get the foundation kind of distributed and then just stipple in from there, and it did the job fine, but I mean, it's a flat foundation brush. No problems. All the bristles on here are very nice and soft. And then the other brush I use is this little guy. It's a Winged Fan 559 brush. This was really cool. I heard, I think Real Techniques was the first one to come out with it, and then I heard Lacey raving about those brushes, and she says she likes to use it for, like, it's really nice for cheeks, so I used it to contour today with the Milani Silk Matte Bronzer that I absolutely love. But it worked really nicely. I'm going to have to use it more, but no, I think it did the job well. I just used that Silk matte bronzer all over my face and just used this brush, and I felt like it was very easy to kind of not only get the sharp contour here, but then go and blend it up and out and just blend the edges because it's a very soft, not stiff at all. So I appreciate that about it, and I'm excited to test this out some more. And I think the only other brush I tried was the 558 blush brush. Also did not like this because it's super domed and pointy, and it just, I don't know, I like a more, let me grab you, even this one is really nice from NYX Cosmetics. It just very lightly fluffs it on. I like this little stipple brush. It's a very light type of brush. This is just very dense and pointed and just pinched at the ferrule, so I just felt like I was, again, kind of the same story with the powder brush, poking myself, and it just felt too stiff to really blend well. I almost felt like I was dragging the product. So far, that's 4 of the face brushes I've tried. 2 of them I'm excited to continue using. 2 of them I don't think I'll be really reaching for very often and probably won't stay in my collection very long. But there are still, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 brushes left. This is a highlighter brush, various eye brushes. This one, what is this called? This is a concealer 549 brush. I should have used this. We'll put a little bit more concealer on my eyes and use it that way because I forgot about that one. Then there's a highlight brush. There is the traditional spoolie brush. I talked about this in my Dalton brush collection set, and I was commenting how I appreciated Molly didn't put one of these in there because I feel like every brush set comes with one, so probably won't be using that one, but everything else hopefully I will use. So yeah, the palette I'm going to be using today, I'm sure you guys aren't going to be surprised. Let me see if I can get it out. It is the Milani Gilded Jade palette. Green, obviously, but here's what it looks like inside, and it does have highlighters, so we'll do that at the end. But look at those greens. Ooh, so pretty. So I'm going to be using that one, but I did want to run through the other ones they sent me. I don't think I'm going to try and use and test all of them, so you'll probably be seeing some of these in future giveaways, but I have the Milani Gilded Violet palette, and that's what she looks like. The Milani Gilded Ember palette. This one looks really pretty. I like the kind of reddish fiery colors and then that yellow. I might open that one and take a closer look. I have the Gilded Noir, I never know how to pronounce that word, palette, which is this palette right here. I feel like this might have been out, or maybe it's a brand new release, I can't remember. Gilded Rouge, which I feel like what's inside really doesn't match the packaging, but that's just me. And then last up, they sent me the Gilded Gold palette. Didn't come with a box, so I can open that for you. But there's what she looks like. I feel like this is supposed to be copying a high-end, like, luxury palette, but I don't know which one. So, anyway, those are all the palettes they sent me, but like I said, I'm not going to be opening them all, so you'll probably see them in future giveaways. If there's anything you saw that you'd really like me to try, and if it's up my alley, I will, so let me know down in the comments. But let's hop in with Gilded Jade, because I cannot wait to get into this. Okay, like I said, I'm just going to add a touch more of the concealer. I did, do this at the beginning of the video, so I like it a bit more tacky. So this will be a good way to test this out and just kind of blend it out. It's blending fine. These are the type of brushes I feel like I don't use, but if I was someone who did my face makeup more often before doing my eyes, I'd probably use it more because it is a very more detailed type of concealer brush. I can't imagine using it for my under eyes, but it works really nice to just very precisely blend out, the concealer on my eye. Oh, I also use the Milani eyeshadow primer underneath this. I really do like that primer. I think it's my favorite primer from the drugstore. Still not as good as my Lorac. Nothing beats that, but it is a good one. All right, so here's what we have going. I definitely want to use this shade because I think it's so fun and different. Let's see. Looking at this up close, Mint Julep is a shimmer. Yeah, oh no, it's like a satin. I wouldn't call it a shimmer. But the only true mattes appear to be the two browns up here. This Jaded, is that? Oh, that's a matte too. Jaded is a matte. Okay, so maybe, what should I do? Oh wait, that's Deep. That's Deep is a matte too. Okay, so more promising. For some reason I thought these two were shimmers and that the only mattes were the browns. So okay, I feel a lot better now. So there's 4 mattes and 5 shimmer satiny type of shades. I just want to try Mint Julep and put that into my crease first. I feel like that's not going to really show up at all. I'm grabbing this 547, very hard to read when it's just kind of etched into gold, a gold handle. But anyway, I'm going to put that in and start that into my crease. I'm just curious to see if this will show up at all. Okay, no tapping off needed. It's very powdery like the Milani palettes. I feel like it's been, have I ever tried a Milani? Okay, I have tried them before. I did those little not even quads. They were like 6 shadows on the top, 2 on the bottom. I forget. There was one that was like orange or something that I got. But anyway, so it's been a while, but they're very powdery because when I tap into it, a lot of powder kick-up happens. So I tapped it off my brush, but then I kind of like tapped all the color off, as you guys saw. So as much as there's powder, just a super light tapping. Yeah, that barely shows anything. This will probably be a shade that just kind of blends out the edges if you get a little too harsh or something, which can be a good shade, but there's that. It just looks like my skin is tinted or my veins are coming through or something. Okay, so yeah, that's kind of where this is at. This brush is actually really nice. I don't mind it. It's very soft, not too super large. Like, it's definitely a larger brush, but nice to kind of lay down the initial color to warm up a crease. And like I said, very soft. I do like how soft these bristles are. Okay, I'm going to go into L211 brush from Stilazzi. It's this little brush right here. And I'm going to take That's Deep, which is the deepest matte in this palette. And I'm going to pack that on the outer corner and then see if I could just bring a touch of it into my crease. Oof, fallout. Not good. I usually never worry about fallout, you guys, so I kind of freak out when I see fallout because I'm like, I don't know how to fix it. And then I'm just going to take the tip of that brush with whatever's left on it and blend that into my crease like that, yeah. Okay, so on this eye, I went in a lot lighter, like I tapped my brush in, but then I hit it off pretty good. And there is a teensy bit of fallout. I don't know if you can see right there, but not much. And I hadn't brushed it away yet, so that was all there was. And also I feel like the blend was a lot nicer than on this side. Not that there's anything wrong with this side, I just felt like it was a little bit more like, you know, having to build up and blend out. And I think I just went too heavy. So like this first one, Mint Julep, you don't need to knock off your brush, but I would say if you're gonna just use this shade and try to work with it to blend up into your crease and make it softer, definitely hit it off, go with a lighter hand and build it up, and it's a lot smoother to work with. Okay, so I've had to take a few breaks. I forget where I was in our conversation. There's definitely kick up in the pan, but just knock it off and it's fine. And then that, the Mint Julep shade, you can continue to build it up and like I see it. There's a tint of something there. Not an amazing pastel green though. All right, so now I'm gonna go into Try Me. Oh yeah, I forgot I have these brushes over here. Let's try this one, the 548 brush. It's like a flat shader. Not my ideal for shimmers, but we're going to try it and then I can always change it out for something else. And I'm going to pick up Try Me. That's pretty. I want to try it. Try Me. I want to try it just alone and see what it does. It's okay. Nothing that amazing. So, okay, so I just put some of the NYX glitter glue down, so let's see how better it is. Oh yeah, there's a big difference there. Still not my preferred brush, but it's not bad actually. For being such a big, fluffy type of brush, it's a nice flat brush too. It gets that job done pretty well. I just like a more detailed, flatter brush. But yeah, you can see the difference between the eyes. Between primed with glitter glue and then nothing. And you could probably get this effect also with just spraying your brush if you're not someone who likes to or needs or wants to use glitter glue. I just find that I would prefer to use glitter glue to keep the shadows from going into my crease as much throughout the day. And it kind of does the same thing, but let's test that out. Here's my Pixi Glow Mist. Let me spray a bit and see if it does anything else to this eye. Let's see if it adds anything. What do you think? It added a little bit. I do like how, once again, this Try Me shade is very powdery. Not in a bad way, just pointing it out. There's a lot of kick up in the pan. But I like how smooth of a shimmer formula this is. Like, it's not chunky at all, even though I'm really packing it on. Like when I open my eyes, it's still very smooth and beautiful. Sometimes, depending on the brand and whatnot, you can get a very super like, oh, it's beautiful, swatched out, like looks like liquid on your hand, but then you put it on your eyes and it almost freezes in place when your eyes shut and then you open it and just crinkles and looks weird. I don't like when that happens at all. And this is not doing it at all, even though I continue to add more. It still lays very smooth and I like that. So let me catch this eye up with some glitter glue. I'll go ahead and spray it just to keep it the same and then we'll move on. But so far, I'm liking the look. Okay, so I went ahead, just chatting with my kids, so I went ahead and just did my wing liner and whatnot while we were talking. They are playing contently, so we will continue on from here. I'm going to take a flat brush just because I can't help myself. I just want to apply it a little more precisely in here than I could with the big brush from Milani. Let's go ahead and do the lower lashes. Oh, let's do the Stay Put Eyeliner. They have one in green, Moss Boss. I'm going to put that in my waterline. They have a little smudger at the end as well. I don't tend to ever use it, but maybe I will today. Yeah, that was pretty nice. Okay, so there's that. It went on okay, not the smoothest, but it's also brand new. Sometimes it can be a little, you know, start and go. It takes a little while. I'm going to take the double-sided spoolie brush, which is their number 545 brush, and dip into That's Deep. And I'm just going to apply that right against the lower lashes. Okay, and then I'm going to take The last eyeshadow brush that I have to try is 546 brush. It's like a little smudger brush. I gotta do it on this side so you guys can actually see. I like these type of brushes. I'm gonna go into So Jaded, or not So Jaded, Jaded, just this one right here, just to use a different color, and because I feel like it would take me half a year to try to build up Mint Julep on the lower lash line. We're just gonna, okay, don't knock it off so hard. We're just gonna go and put that over the rest of the under eyes, and then blend that deep shade out a little bit too. And now let's do the inner corner. I'm going to just take the same brush. It's a Colored Rain shadow brush. I really, really like it. I kind of want a couple more of them. Bought it on a whim when I made, when I bought the Safari Rain collection. But anyway, I'm going to take, let's see. I kind of want to take Aura, this shade, but I'm going to use that as my highlight. So I'm going to go in with the Envy of, and maybe I'll top it with Aura just to try something else so we can get a more, you know, better variety, better feel for this palette in general. And then I'll do it on this side so you guys can see. Ooh, that's pretty. It's a very pretty gold. There we go. And I always like to bring it down. Okay, so now, now we're going to go and move on to the violet one. I heard Jen from Vixen talk very highly about this, so I'm excited to give it a go. But it is just a violet type of eyeshadow primer. Ooh, and on one side, the bristles are very long. Let me zoom in. Or not zoom in, but just focus. So on this side, they're very long. This side, they're very short. And if you can see, they're only on one side. I like this. It makes combing it through your lashes very easy. So let's go ahead and give this a try. And then, ooh, that's a product. Which isn't abnormal for a brand new mascara product. Okay, so I'm using the short side to apply it, and then that long side I'm going to use to kind of brush it, make sure there's no clumps and not too much product on my lashes. Like so. We'll let that dry. I'm going to go ahead and take more of the Milani, what is this? Retouch and Erase, and try to get this green off of my face. I'll go ahead and use that little concealer brush too. This is still a favorite of mine. I want to say, was it last year? I know I gave it the yearly favorite award, whatever you want to call it, at some point, and it's still a favorite. It's just so nice. Minimal to no creasing by the end of the night. Very light on your under eyes. It's just gorgeous. I think that fixed it. Like, just look how nice. I don't even know if you can see the texture and stuff like that from my camera. I just like how it blends on top of like foundation and powder so beautifully. Just put a touch over here since I have some extra. My lashes are almost dried. I should have read, are you supposed to apply wet or dry? Okay, it doesn't say, so I'm just going to wait a little bit longer. I'm going to take the last brush, which is the 554. I'm sure you guys can hear the piano. My son's playing. And we're going to take that Aura shade up here at the top. That's like, it's kind of almost a white, green, maybe gold. Yeah, it has some gold in there, so I'm excited. Let's see this one. You have to let me know. Am I a little dark today? I played with, ooh, oh my goodness. That's intense. Wow. Definitely gives a very greeny shift to your highlight. Wow. That was pretty. Anyway, lost track of what I was saying. You have to let me know, is this too dark? I played with the coloring and then I turned down the lighting a little bit, but I feel like, I like the coloring, but I feel like I'm a little dark today for this tutorial, so let me know. But I also don't want to, I'm always afraid of being too washed out because then you can't see detail and stuff, and it often makes blending too look weird if you're super washed out, I feel like. I don't know. Let me know what you think if it's too dark. Okay, so I just put on the Makeup Revolution, the Mascara Revolution, and made a mess while my daughter was talking to me, but I'm going to go in with the Roller Lash. I love this little one for the lower lashes because I have tiny lower lashes. Ignore the little splotches, but let me see. Am I forgetting anything to use besides lipsticks? I don't think so. So let's move on to these. They sent me a ton. They're either glosses, like this Milani Ludicrous lip gloss, like a sparkly, or they're more of this just matte, not matte, but just cream. That's the word I'm looking for. So I'm definitely going more for a cream. Don't like sparkle on my lips. Okay, so what should I do? Should I be super boring and just grab this Teen Spirit one? This brown, or it's kind of like it's brown, but coming across very dark red on the camera. I think I'm just gonna go for this, and it'll kind of go, I got this shirt, it has pink and green, so it'll kind of go with my shirt, I think. We're gonna give it a try. I know there's gonna be some of these definitely in future giveaways and whatnot, just because I'm not a gloss person, so there's no reason for me to try all these. Okay, that looks pretty. It's just very, it's very thick. It's that type of lip gloss that's gonna get your hair stuck in it, my kid's hair stuck in it. It's pretty, it's just not something, oh man, I got a hangnail that I keep catching on my hair and it hurts. I need to cut it. It's just not something that I personally go through. Oh, you know what we can test out though? The spoolie. That's the only thing I didn't try. So let's get the mascara off and test out the spoolie. I know you're supposed to use it for your brows, but I pretty much just use it for getting mascara off, because I just use, you know, the one that comes in a brow gel. Okay, I'm just touching up the outer corner just because I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like it looks a little patchy on this side, but I think that might just be me getting picky. I don't know, sometimes it's hard. Like when I'm doing my makeup on camera, it looks fine, but then I'll go and edit and I'll be like, oh, that just looks patchy, Katie. And I don't know if it's the lighting or just the angle, I'm not able to see it. But this right here just looks a touch patchy, but I don't see it on this side as much, so I think it had a lot to do with how I went and started a lot softer with the color on this side instead of just packing it on like this side. But anyway, let me let me settle that and then take some close-ups and we'll finish out this video. Okay, so here is the completed look. I love how it came out. It honestly gives me vibes of something that I could have done with my ColourPop, because this kind of reminds me of the Mary Jane. Just a little, not in a bad way, but a little softer. I feel like the Mary Jane was very intense, but that's just kind of initial first impressions. I feel like this is definitely a look you could have done with that palette, but also keep in mind that there's a lot of other things or other shades in here that you wouldn't get with the ColourPop Just My Luck palette, like the browns. And then these more goldy colors, I don't think they had like dirty gold in there. But this shade, and this shade, definitely something you could have gotten in this one too with the Just My Luck. This is really pretty. It looks like it's got very chunky glitter in it. That's pretty. I'll have to use that. But anyway, overall, let's just talk about the quality. I was very impressed with that shimmer. It's nothing extraordinary on its own, but used wet, used with glitter glue, I think it's beautiful. And then the highlight, I thought it was gorgeous. I kind of sheared it out. Maybe I'll go a little more intense later today when I do another video so you can see it a little more ba-bam, but I'm going out so I didn't want a green highlight, but that was definitely green. This one I didn't try Amber Glow just because it looked dark for my skin tone. Yeah, I feel like that would have looked muddy on my skin tone, but it is there in the palette for someone who is darker and doesn't want a bright champagne-y, white, green, gold shifting type of highlight. Cannot wait to continue testing this out. I will be putting this in my Shop My Stash everyday makeup drawer. So the next time I switch it out, the next time I do my you know, palette reviews, you will get a review on that, hopefully, if I'm able to thoroughly test it. But I feel like I will because it's full of green, so I just want to create looks with it every time I look at it. But overall, very impressed with the quality of Milani. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've tried their eyeshadows. What else? Let's talk about the brushes. Do not buy this brush set, this brush roll right now. If you are at all interested, and you know, I feel like it's nothing you have to have. It's beautiful. Yes, I absolutely love it. It will look very pretty in my collection. I feel like I'll probably only end up getting rid of 2, maybe 3. Like, I like the highlight. I really like the highlight brush. It applied it very nicely. But I don't like either of these powder brushes, and I don't know. Maybe these are the only 2 instantly off the top, just first impressions I feel like I'm never going to use again. Everything else I'm going to continue using and trying, but don't get this brush set full price. Please wait until kind of at the end of the holidays, and I feel like they're going to mark it down. So then I feel like it would be worth it to grab marked down. It is a nice little brush roll, beautiful, like beautiful presentation, beautiful handles. That's really nice. And if you like that type of thing, which I do, I like pretty brushes, definitely something to look at, but I wouldn't say full price because that's just very expensive. I think if you break it down, it's not that bad. Like I said, I think it's around $70 and you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 brushes. So, you know, it's not that expensive, but for a couple brushes that you won't use, I feel like wait for a sale, and then, you know, if you like it, go for it. But again, this is first impressions, just using each of these brushes once, so keep that in mind. The Milani Stay Put Eyeliner, I really can't say much to. Like, I had to reapply it, but again, my eyes kind of water up whenever I mess with doing my mascara or my inner corner, so then maybe that's why it started to run, because it didn't have enough time to really set in place and dry up before my eyes started to run, so don't really have much to say about that. The violet one was nice. I don't feel like my mascara looks that different, or my lashes look that different than just applying 2 coats or using 2 different types of mascaras. So definitely stay tuned. I will review this and give you guys my final thoughts, but it was fine. I do really like the wand though. That was very nice. And then I think last up is just the lip gloss, which if you like what you see, go for it. I don't. It's just too sticky for my lifestyle. My hair is going to get in it. My kids are going to bump it and smear it. It's just a very sticky type of formula. But I will say, let's see. It goes nicely over dry lips, because right now I have a lot of dry lip, or not dry lips. I have a lot of dry skin on my bottom lip. And it doesn't really accentuate those little patches and whatnot, or grab onto the little flaky parts that are sticking up. It kind of helps them lay smoothly down, so that is nice. And I just applied one very sheer layer, so maybe if you want more heavy, it's not super full coverage, but it definitely covers. It's not sheer or just weirdly, you know, like streaky patchy, which I don't like in a lip gloss, so that is nice. But don't take my word when it comes to lip gloss, because I'm not into lip gloss like that enough to give you guys a very good first impression, basically. But yeah, I think that is going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was somewhat informative. I had so much fun playing with this. I know probably largely due to the fact that it's just full of so many beautiful greens, but this is a really nice palette, and I'm excited to see Milani kind of stepping up their game with releases with eyeshadow palettes and whatnot. I feel like this past year they've been pretty quiet, or maybe I've just been missing and not interested in the releases, because like I said, I haven't heard much of Milani, but Milani just has a very special place in my heart. So when they reached out and asked if I wanted to try some products and sign up for their affiliate program, so the links down in the description box for these products are affiliate links, I was like, oh my gosh, yes, 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 please, please, please. I love your brand. Milani has always been that brand at the drugstore that I considered like the high-end, good, like very solid quality brand for being at the drugstore and being so affordably priced. And like I said, I absolutely love their Milani Retouch and Erase concealer. It's such a staple. And then I also love, which I told you guys I use today, I cannot get enough of this Silky Matte bronzer. I use O2 and Sunkissed. It is a perfect like contour bronzer for me. It's just, I love the cool tone aspect. It is just perfection for my skin tone. So yeah, Milani's always been a brand that just has a special place in my heart. I think they always come out with really solid products, very good quality, and they just take their time with their releases to produce very good quality products. So anyway, like I said, yeah, I was super excited when they reached out to me, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this look. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so very much for watching, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye guys.